guys, and welcome to another battle report. So for this one I'm facing off the Chaos Dwarf, and yeah, I'm taking out my Saurian Enchant. I actually thought I knew I would meet Chaos Dwarf, so I thought a lot of poison would be good. So that was the plan, at least in the beginning. So for my army I got 5 Chameleon Skinks, then I got 5 Skinks Hunter with Javelins, then I got a Snake Swarm, then I got a big bus of 40 skinks. In there I got 5 skinks captain, one with a serpent bow, one with a skull splitter bow, and a skink priest. Next to that I got a temple guard unit with my lord general in it. He is defensively built with 1 up reroll armor save, and that's it. Keep him kind of cheap. Well, I got a scouting unit of chameleons, and then I got back here my 2 tanks. One of them is the last cannon, and the other one is the snake altar thing. Then I got another snake swarm. Then I got a unit of let's see, 24 Saurians with spear and full command. And then I got a 5-man unit of skink hunters. Well, for his list, he playing the hero hammer list, so to say. He got 2 10-man units of dwarves with combat weapon. Then he got a unit of 20 goblins. Then he got a flying circus. He got 3 hero level character. One of them is a not hero level, lower level character who's flying around. One is BSB, one is the caster, and then he got a big lord on the nasty dragon thingy they got, and the caster is on the Lamassu, by the way. So both of it can cast actually. Then he got a unit of wolf riders and another unit of goblins. 5 more wolf riders, then 2 tens of small dwarven units with shooting weapons, and the blunderbusses, by the way. And that's his list. Well, I did get the first turn, so what I do on this flank, I push forward the chameleon, but that's it. Then I stay back with the rest of the stuff. I'm within range to shoot at his wolf riders with the skull splitter bow and serpent bow and so on, but yeah, otherwise I stay back. And on the other flank I stay back as well. I moved the last cannon tank so it could actually see his lord on the dragon, cause I wanted to shoot off his lucky shield with a fireball. Then the chameleon skinks run forward to shoot at his lord, and I keep the other skink unit in reserve to jump up if he moves forward with his flying characters. Well, you can see here some very cool looking models he got there. His army looks stunning on the board, but you can also see the dragon have taken 2 wounds. So I did get off the fireball on it and take away the charm shield. The chameleon skink shoot at him and he suffers 2 wounds. And this is from Skull Splitter and Serpent Bow, only managed to do 2 wounds to his wolf riders. And well, on this turn, I think actually his hobgoblin charged the chameleon skinks, so they run away and they failed. His hobgoblin failed charge, but you can see here he pushing forward his dwarf unit, and his flying circus are moving forward over there. Not afraid of my poisonous shooting, unfortunately. And well, here I think his goblin rolled double 1, so they didn't move too much forward. He moves back with his wolf riders, and his shooter are staying back. This shooting unit are moving forward though to shoot at my chameleon skinks. Well, he didn't manage to do anything unnoticed in magic or shooting actually. So for the dinosaur turn 2, chameleon skinks rally, and the skink on the hill moves forward to just shoot towards his dragon. Hopefully I can sneak in some wounds towards it so he is afraid of charging anything with this big nasty lord. Well, you can see here I push forward a bit with the temple guard and the skinks, but the rest of my army stay back. The chameleon skinks moves around his dwarven unit to shoot him in the ass. But it's kind of hard because he has so many flying stuff. I can't not really push with my tanks or my snake swarm, cause then he will just charge it, and yeah, he will probably just kill them and be behind me, and that isn't good at all. So they have to stay back. Well, I did in Magic manage to get off Stone Skin on this Saurian warrior unit, cause I'm thinking that if he might actually charge with all his gut, and then he might break this unit, so some extra toughness is nice. I played Druidism this whole game and I forget to take a photo of my spells, unfortunately. In the shooting, this skink unit killed a lot of his shooty dwarves in this unit. I was pretty afraid of his blunderbusses, but I think in the long run I will manage to win this shootout. That's the plan at least. So for his turn he takes his shooty dwarven unit and moves them away to shoot at the chameleon skinks. The other one are actually moving forward to shoot at my skinks in the jungle down there. Well, on this flank, I think one of his dwarf warrior unit charges my skinks, and I fled, and I didn't roll too high, so I end up, as you can see them. Other news: his wolf unit are in the way of my temple guard, and all of his flying units are flying without of me possibly charging them with the Saurian warriors, and this isn't good because I cannot, if my poison doesn't do more towards his big stuff, I can have no way of get rid of his big flying nasty stuff. Well, my turn 3, I realized it's critical that I have my priest next to my close towards my line. I also want the skull splitter and the serpent bow to shoot at his flying lord and hopefully do some damage. Let's see, I have the skinks rallied, and the temple guard charges his wolf riders, and yeah, that's the moment I back away with the tanks, but they are still within range to give poison and +1 weapon skill to the Saurian units. He could try to fly over and charge one of them with his flying BSB, but I got crushing attacks and hopefully I can get rid of it, and if I cannot get rid of it, I have a flank charge with the other one. Anyway, so that's the plan at least, to try to get some of his flying stuff. Hopefully I can get off some good magic, and I got spears on the Saurian warriors and poison and armor piercing and lethal strike, and hopefully I can do some good damage if he would choose to charge them. I got one chameleon skinks who is standing in front of his dragon. I will probably just try to throw some poison shot at him. Hopefully I can do something. So on this flank, the small chameleon skink unit and the small skink hunter unit are holding up two of his shooting dwarf units, and he cannot really do much towards me because he misses every time he tries to shoot at them. So that's it. I think you actually, for dwarf versus you loses shooting power if you loses ranks, and one of them only have 1 rank, the other one I got 2, but they still hit very poorly. Well, this is my shooting doing really nothing, to be honest. I think I did get off some Path of Nature spell so I could heal 1 Chameleon Skink back to life, but that's it. So his turn 3, let's see. He charges first with his flying, with his dwarven units into my skinks. I choose to flee and end up as you can see them. Then he charges with all he's got into the Saurian warriors. So my skink are blocking up my temple guard. I think actually they were still fleeing, so I couldn't not even shoot. Then I got 1 Chameleon Skinks who get charged by his Lamassu. Or it might not get charged, it might just stand in front of it and be able to shoot at it. But anyway, my skink unit are blocking my temple guard, so that's unfortunate. And we will see. Hopefully my Saurian warriors can manage to do some wounds towards his big dragon and his character in there. Well, on this flank not much happened, to be honest. He stands still with most of his stuff. His shooting dwarf unit turned to face my Camille Skinks to shoot at them, I think, but that's it. And holy shit, I managed to do 1 wound towards his BSP and that's it. And you can see here I got 5 Saurus warriors remaining. Precisely what I needed to be steadfast, because he's flying and doesn't have any ranks at all. But that's harsh. I actually thought this would go much better, but yeah, it really didn't, unfortunately. Well, so for my turn 4, Skinks charges the goblins, and I think he did get off the stupid spell onto them, which will be crucial next turn, to be honest. But anyway, the Skinks rallied in front of the temple guards and they are in the way. I back off with the tanks and the snake swarm because he will kill me and then he will hopefully have a very long charge to get in towards my them anyway. And yeah, that's basically my moves. On the other flank, basically I move around my Chimera Skinks and my Skinks to shoot at his dwarf units. And well, I cast magic. I did get off a good magic phase, to be honest, a lot of dice. But the problem is I didn't read his spell very good, and it remains in play, which is unfortunate, because I couldn't catch his goblins. His wolf riders did not fail their panic check, so yeah, this is bad, unfortunately. Well, on the other flank, he pushes his units through towards my my deployment zone, because we're playing Breakthrough, and all of his flying character, after killing my Saurus, fly over out of the Ark of the Temple Guards to get rid of the Skinks next turn, and I'm stupid, so I will probably just fail it, unfortunately. Well, his angry shooter dwarf turned to face my Chameleon Skink, and they still doesn't do hardly anything towards them. Well, you can see here I take away my tanks and the snake swarm because I realize they can hardly do anything, and yeah, I don't want his flyer charging them, so that's it. And well, it looks like it this turn actually he had killed the Chameleon Skinks or make them run or something. But the good news is, what you can see, I managed to reduce one of his shooting dwarf units to below 25%, so I will get at least some victory points for them. And well, this I actually thought was pretty smart. My Skinks charges out, so they charged one of the dwarven unit, so my temple guard could charge his what's it called, goblin unit, and his goblin unit had to flee. The skinks failed the charge into the dwarf warriors, so he will just end up as you can see them, and that's what's yeah, hopefully his goblin will run off the board. That's at least some kind of consolidation price, because they are out of range of his general, so they are down to leadership. I think they are 6 or 5, not sure to be honest. Well, final picture of the game. He charges in all of his monsters into me skinks, and he couldn't take them below 25% or below steadfast, so he doesn't score any victory points for them at least. I was stupid, so I'm immune to psychology at least, so I didn't have to reduce my leadership, which was a mighty, I think I was within the general, so a mighty 8 cold-blooded. The BSB is in there I think as well, so yeah, I reroll on that as well. You can see he have rallied his goblin in front of his kings, and unfortunately the other goblin unit did not run off the board. It rallied on the leadership 6 or something like that. But yeah, that's the game. Unfortunately, Big Dragon rolled too much of armor save and ward save, unfortunately, for my poison to actually work or do too much. It was the first round of shooting that did, but the other poison shot didn't. And I had a hard time actually catching his flying stuff, and that's where all the points it's I think it told me like 60% or 50% were in character, flying around or something. That's very very high amount of points. I'm not sure, whatever the legal limit is for the dwarfs to have in character, he took it basically. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this game. If you have any comment, post them below and I will try to answer them as soon as possible. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice one.